As prices rise, your life gradually becomes more constrained. While the cost of basic necessities, rent, diesel, and many other things increase, your salary stays the same. If you've ever thought, I didn't struggle this much before, you're right. Inflation isn't just about rising prices, it's a subtle system that benefits those who will take advantage of it in the future. For most people, inflation is confusing. Unstable prices, vanishing savings. But for those at the top, it's advantageous. Governments reduce debt without raising taxes. Businesses shed their financial burdens, and as prices go up, those who already own assets grow their wealth. Inflation is the nightmare of cash holders, but the favorite companion of borrowers and asset owners. In the past, rulers couldn't easily print money because it was tied to gold. Discipline ruled, but the Great Depression of the 1930s and the wars that followed complicated things. Debts grew massively. The goal wasn't to pay. They wanted to devalue what was owed. Avoiding inflation became a thing of the past. It became part of the system itself. In 1971, when Richard Nixon severed the dollar's link to gold, things began to shift. From that day on, money became a political tool. The system ran on credit, and for a credit-based mechanism to survive, money had to lose value over time. Here's the breaking point. Cash holders lose. Borrowers and asset owners keep winning. Inflation reduces the burden of debt, but salaries don't rise at the same pace. That's why those living on labor alone can never fully close the gap. Meanwhile, those with assets grow bolder. That's how the system works. Those who benefit from newly introduced money are the first to touch it. Banks, major corporations, financial institutions. This is called the Cantillon Effect. By the time money reaches ordinary people, prices have already risen. That's why inflation causes upward wealth transfer. Since the 1980s, central banks have promoted 2% inflation as a target. It may sound small, but if it continues for a generation, the purchasing power of money is almost halved. Citizens see the strain on their food and living costs, while asset owners watch the value of their homes, land, and stocks rise. The 2008 crisis could have been a fresh start, but it wasn't. Central banks pumped out trillions to keep the system running, not directly to the public, but into the financial system. Property values spiked. Hourly wage earners barely kept pace and lagged far behind. In 2020, it was not much different. Inflation rose worldwide, asset values soared, and the gap between rich and poor widened. Inflation doesn't pick sides. It elevates those with leverage. If you're at the bottom of the pyramid, your room to maneuver is limited. Your salary adjusts slowly. Your savings lose value. But if you've acquired long-term fixed-rate assets, you can relax. Time works for you. The wealthy already understand this. Ordinary people only realize it slowly through experience. There's a psychological side too. Inflation says, spend now. Savings seems pointless, risk seems normal, and regardless of what kind of debt exists, the system produces indebted participants. That's why inflation evolves from a mere economic term into a cultural habit. We call it growth, yet its foundation is the deliberate, gradual devaluation of money. In reality, inflation is always part of any country's system, but not everyone suffers equally in countries experiencing inflation. Next time someone says, a little inflation won't hurt, ask yourself this: who does it really not hurt? Someone saving to buy their dream home, or someone who has already received their payout, paying off their debt over years? Inflation is less a problem and more the natural operation of a modern credit-integrated economy. Here's the crucial question for you. Where exactly are you in this system? On the losing side, losing value, or are you on the side that gains with every passing second? If this has given you a new perspective, keep expanding your horizons by subscribing. History repeats itself. I will show you clearly and distinctly how past centuries relate to the present. God be with you.